These 10 individuals are each wearing massive handcuffs on their wrists and huge chains on their legs. Not only that, but one of their ankles is strapped with a C4 explosive device weighing over half a kilogram. Its explosive power is enough to turn a person into dust and blow up a house. They are released on an island, and within 30 hours, they must fight the remaining opponents. Only the last survivor after that time will be able to return and receive a large sum of money. So who will be the last survivor? Let's start the movie right away. These 10 people were all death row inmates with heinous crimes such as serial murder, robbery, and rape. Their remaining time was not long, but they were bought by the owner of a reality TV channel to make money. His name is Breckle. He would send people to notorious prisons around the world to find the strongest prisoners and then buy the prison guards there to have these prisoners fight other prisoners. Whoever is the strongest, he will buy that person. His goal in this program is to have 100% coverage in all countries around the world. And to attract viewers across continents, the prisoners he buys must also be people from many continents and different skin colors. But among those prisoners, there is one exception. This person's name is Jack. He once blew up a building just because it blocked the sunlight on the beach when he was sunbathing and killed 3 men. While Breckle was looking for an Arab man to complete his collection, Jack caught his attention when just one move made the notorious death row inmate lose his life on the spot. To make Jack's file more impressive, Breckle asked his men to write a series of other crimes that Jack did not commit, such as human trafficking, killing children, bombing kidnappings, and rape. To make his show can be filmed at all angles on the island. He has a dedicated crew to film and handle the issues on the set as well as on the internet. In addition, he also installed hundreds of cameras all over the island to be able to capture all the actions of these 10 prisoners. When interviewed, he did not hesitate to announce his program, although it was considered an inhumane and illegal program. But Breckle said that he had given those who were sure to die a chance to live, so this cannot be called inhumane. After preparing everything, he put chains and explosives on the prisoners, then popularized the rules of this life and death game. The explosive packages will be activated when the pin is pulled or anyone intends to interfere to remove it. All will be timed in 30 hours. Whoever is the last winner will be given the key to open it and a large sum of money. Then they took them on a plane and flew to an island. Among these people there are even couples, but even if they are husband and wife, only one person can survive among the 10 people here. The prisoners are chained both hands and feet, and are released at different locations scattered throughout the southern region of the island. Some people are thrown into the water and quickly use their skills to remove the handcuffs. Also, some people just thrown down have unfortunately crashed straight into the pile and died on the spot. But perhaps that is still lucky for this person, because the battle later is even more fierce. Jack is dropped on a sand hill. Then after a few seconds Jack also quickly removed his leg chain, but because he has resolutely not taken the key, the handcuffs are still not opened. After the death row inmates were released not long after, suddenly a female death row inmate saw her opponent. She intended to find a way to escape, but unfortunately was caught by a bald death row inmate from behind. He seemed very strong, so quickly gained the upper hand in this battle, not only attacked the female death row inmate and strangled her to suffocation. He even intended to do obscene things to her, but fortunately she found a weapon stabbed straight into his lower body. Opponent cry out in pain. She continued to break a branch and stabbed it hard into his neck. Then she took the opportunity to pull the pin on the mine on the opponent's leg and ran away. Immediately after that the explosion caused him to explode. The explosion made Breckle's reality show even more attractive than ever. The impressive opening made Breckle extremely satisfied and excited. On this side Jack is facing another guy named Paco. With a chain in his hand he only took a few seconds to subdue his opponent, but at this time he begged Jack to spare his life. Paco said that he did not need money. He just needed to find his wife, who is also one of the 10 prisoners on the island named Rosa. Jack heard that and spared Paco's life. Before leaving he repaid him with a key to unlock his handcuffs. In another corner of the island, the dark-skinned guy Mackie saw the camera. He went crazy and smashed it immediately. Then he saw the plane dropping supplies. He rushed to get the bag, just about to find something to eat. He was robbed by a Japanese man named Saiga. Mackie angrily chased after and the two bloodthirsty men rushed to bite each other. Mackie's fighting ability cannot be compared with Saiga, but speaking of playing tricks, he is a master. Grabbed Saiga's leg and intended to pull the pin of the mine. Saiga panicked and frantically ran away. Thanks to that Mackie had a chance to escape. After getting up, Saiga continued to chase Mackie, but he ran into another man holding a knife. This guy's name is Ewan. When Saiga was about to rush up to fight, Ewan stopped him. He used to have 4 years in the Special Forces, but then he became depraved and burned down a village, executed 17 innocent people and raped many women. Ewan invited Saiga to form a team to increase strength. Hearing this way seems reasonable, so they cooperated with each other. At this time Jack was walking when he ran into Petra. He gave him a chance to live. This Petra, even though weak, still did not want to surrender, so the two officially rushed into battle. They wrestled a few dozen rounds down near the cliff. At this time Petra suddenly discovered that the pin of the mine on his leg had fallen off from who knows when. Jack saw the opportunity and grabbed a rock and hit the opponent's head unconscious, then kicked him off the cliff and exploded. The performance of the two people helped Breckle raise the total number of viewers to more than 10 million people, and that number is still increasing non-stop. Immediately information about Jack was searched. Among the viewers there were people who used to be Jack's friends. They said that Jack was a veteran who had a family. At this time at home Jack's girlfriend also knew about his current situation. With the crimes they put on Jack, she knew all were lies. But when witnessing what was happening on the island, Sarah could not believe her eyes. In another development, at an old tree, the couple Rosa and Paco also met each other. At this moment the couple Saiga and Ewan also found them. So the two couples were separated. Saiga fought with Rosa, and Ewan fought with Paco. He was very strong and aggressive, so Paco was not his opponent. He was quickly beaten by Ewan with a broken leg bone. Then he was tied up and hung up. Then Ewan went to Rosa to play tricks but was fiercely resisted by her. Ewan was angered, so he continuously attacked. Despite Paco's pleas, not only beat this woman unconscious, Ewan also raped her and pulled the pin of Rosa's mine. So he officially eliminated an opponent of his. When Ewan and Saiga returned to Paco's place, he had untied himself and escaped, but they believed that they would catch him soon. That terrifying scene made everyone in the studio silent and scared. But Breckle felt that the camera had not captured all the angles, which would affect the quality of his show. Breckle sent a film crew to approach the scene to have more authentic footage. Sitting behind the screen witnessing all the barbaric and cruel actions of Ewan, Breckle's girlfriend Julie could not stand it. She asked Breckle to stop this immediately, because it was an inhumane act, but he stubbornly refused to do so. Breckle argued that the couple Rosa and Paco were both murderers, so sooner or later they would die anyway. Her death was just retribution and has nothing to do with him. After escaping, Paco met Jack again. He wanted Jack to help him kill those who harmed his wife to take revenge. Before Paco's pitiful situation, Jack did not promise in advance, but he said that he would help Paco to live out of here. When they were talking, in another corner Ade and Mackie met each other, but instead of the two rushing to kill each other, they decided to form a team. They will find ways to help each other escape the mine that is chained to their legs. So the 6 survivors now have joined hands to form 3 pairs. Breckle witnessed this and he was not happy at all, because he thought this was a survival island, not an island of friendship. If the death row inmates joined hands like this, what would his show be like? After being temporarily safe, Jack and Paco had temporarily taken refuge in an area. Paco wanted to ask Jack to avenge him, but Jack said he had more important things to do. He found that in the north of the island there was a broadcasting station, so he would contact the outside for help. Then he went to the power station. To avoid being discovered, Jack disabled the locator under his feet, then climbed up the cable towards the broadcasting station. The people in the station realized that Jack had disappeared without a trace. At the FBI headquarters, Jack's friend Brad has learned about his situation. His superiors assigned him to investigate him, but after Brad was underway, his superiors asked him to stop this work, but Brad objected. He said that Jack was their man before. He had performed countless missions, but why, when he completed the missions, he was thrown into prison and waited for the death penalty? Is there something shady here? When they find him, they pretend to ignore this before Brad's reaction. The superiors only knew to shut up. On this side, Jack has found the station to attack one employee here. When he entered inside was also when Breckle and his people discovered his location. Breckle's staff began to worry, because Jack did not head to his opponents but instead went to their area. They worried he would find them to take revenge. Only Breckle did not think so. He even found his program more attractive when there were such dramatic situations, but he still sent people to check the broadcasting station. At this time, Jack has taken the time to call Sarah and send her his current coordinates. The call just ended was also when Breckle and his people found him. They not only brought hot goods but also brought police dogs to track Jack. Immediately he became prey for the hunters. Fortunately, thanks to the knight and his long legs, he escaped before their bullets. Sarah, after being informed of the coordinates by Jack, she immediately sent it to Brad. He also quickly informed his superiors and asked them to be responsible. If they did not do anything, he would do it himself in his own way. That night in a broken plane, the dark-skinned couple sat warming each other. In the scene where there were only 2 people, a day found a way to seduce Mackie. Initially he tried to refuse her, but it was difficult to be a hero to pass the beauty gate. It only took 3 seconds for the girl to defeat her opponent lightly. And of course these images were captured by the camera lens. Everyone thought that the two would have a sleepless night together. But suddenly a day evaporated with the button on the mine under Mackie's feet. By the time he found out, it was too late. Both he and the plane exploded brightly in a corner of the island. So another victim has left the game. This unexpected situation makes Breckel and his people extremely happy, because it is no different from a blockbuster bomb affecting viewers, thanks to which millions of views increased rapidly. But immediately after that, the whole crew witnessed another barbaric scene. That was when Ewan and Saiga found Paco. They rushed to attack Paco while he was seriously injured. At this time, Julie and Goldman could not stand still to let these inhumane actions happen anymore. They asked Breckel to stop the program. However, as before, Breckel kept his argument. He was determined not to let anyone stop his program, even attacked his girlfriend to protect his point of view. Meanwhile, Paco was still being attacked by two opponents. Jack tried to return to save him, but when he arrived, Paco was killed and burned alive. The barbaric actions of the human-shaped beasts have reached Jack's last limit. He officially declared the game with them. Ewan and Saiga also quickly set up their defense system. As soon as Jack appeared, Saiga stood out to receive the move, while Ewan would stand from a distance to observe and support with bows and arrows. Saiga is a person who fits the phrase small, but he is very warlike. But when facing Jack, he was quickly defeated. Seeing his teammates gradually weakened, Ewan above shot to support, but he did not shoot and also alarmed Jack. He quickly ran away and accidentally bumped into Ade. With his ability, he could easily defeat her, but he still chose to spare her life. However, with her old nature, she still wanted to defeat Jack so that she could live. Knowing that she could not escape, she pulled the pin of the mind to commit suicide. Jack was lucky to jump out quickly, so he escaped death in the nick of time. All the developments just now were broadcast live. Jack's old friends all witnessed his actions. They could not believe what was happening to him. They still always prayed for him to overcome everything. After Ada's death, there are now only 3 people left on the island. Saiga and Ewan used to be a team, but at this time Saiga became prey for Ewan to hunt. When he ran not far, he was caught by Jack. He tried to resist, but it was not useful. Only a few blows Jack let him touch the ground. Ewan saw that and immediately found a way to attack Jack secretly. However, before he could do it, he was counterattacked by Jack very strongly. So Ewan and Sage joined forces to fight against him. This scene makes Sarah and Jack's old colleagues not dare to breathe heavily. Not disappointing everyone's expectations, Jack has proved to them his fighting power. With a sharper blow than a knife, Jack has officially defeated Saiga. Ewan saw that and quickly ran away. But not far away, Jack shot him. Both ran to a cliff near a waterfall. Knowing this was the end of the road, Ewan jumped down below. Jack did not give up and jumped after him. Seeing Ewan weaker, it is likely that he will lose to Jack, but Breckel does not want his show to stop at this time. He wants to increase the drama by dropping a bag of items to Ewan. Inside there are guns. Having that item in hand, Ewan has returned full of confidence. As soon as he saw Jack, he immediately squeezed continuously. Thanks to his quick reflexes, he avoided the first series of bullets, but after the second series of bullets he was injured. Breckel sent more cameramen to approach closer but was discovered. So Ewan did not hesitate to shoot them all and rob all the weapons they carried. Then he and Jack continued to meet a second time. This time Jack has grasped the initiative. He intends to let him go early to receive death. But suddenly he grabbed the gun and counterattacked, forcing Jack to escape. He rolled down the slippery cliff and was chased by Ewan's bullets, until Jack fell into the water and no longer moved. At this time everyone thought he was dead and was extremely shocked, especially his girlfriend Sarah. Breckel has declared Ewan the winner and was freed. Brad also received the news that in an hour the Navy will disembark on Breckel's island, but for him they are too late because Jack is no longer there. Breckel heard the news and asked his men to pack up to take him off the island. Seeing that he intended to flee, everyone was very confused and asked him to take them with him. Breckel said that the person the Navy needs is him. So escaping from here, he is the most needed person, but Goldman refused and insisted on taking him with him. Unable to reach an agreement, the two argued. As a result, Breckel stabbed Goldman to death on the spot. Then Breckel went to meet Ewan, whom he believed was the winner, and freed him. However, Breckel did not keep his promise to give a large amount of money to the winner. He broke his promise shamelessly, making Ewan go crazy. He decided to eliminate all the people who were guarding him. Then he entered the studio to find Breckel, because he did not get anything. He immediately used a machine gun to massacre the entire film crew. At this time Jack was still alive and had woken up after falling into the water. He ran to Breckel's studio and saw that many people had been killed by Ewan. When he was about to go inside, Breckel appeared behind. His men intended to shoot down Jack, but he quickly counterattacked. When he turned back, Breckel had run away. Inside, Ewan was approaching the last person, Breckel's girlfriend, but before he could take action, Jack appeared behind him. He knew he was not Jack's opponent, so when he asked him to drop his gun, he only knew to obediently follow. Ewan said that he did so only because he was forced into this situation and he did not want to. He used to be a soldier, sent everywhere to do missions for the government. But when he finished the work, he was imprisoned in an African prison. Hearing Ewan say, Jack realized that his situation was similar to his, but he could not sympathize with all the actions he had done. Without saying 2 words, Jack sentenced him to death on the spot. Then he and Julie ran outside to chase Breckle. At this time he had climbed onto his helicopter. Although Jack tried to shoot all the bullets, he still could not do anything to him. It seemed that Breckle would leave this place safely. But unexpectedly Julie gave Jack a detonator removed from Ewan's leg. He then quickly used all his strength to throw it straight into Breckle's helicopter. The explosion officially took his life. After all the events, Jack was the final winner of the game. The reward he received was the key to remove the detonator at his leg and reunite with his family. The video here has also ended. If you guys find it good, please leave one like and subscribe to the channel for me. See you guys in the latest videos.